Hi, I'm Lori Oancea. I'm the Financial Planning Director at Oakland University, where we currently offer the curriculum for the CFP program. I'm here today with Alex Dinser, who is one of my lead instructors for our risk management course. Alex is also a CFP, and he is the managing partner at Horizon Advisors, which is a financial planning firm in Troy, Michigan. Thanks for joining me, Alex.
Thanks for having me, Laurie.
Just would like to talk to you a little bit about where you find people are having a lot of concerns these days with regard to the financial market.
Obviously we've seen an unprecedented time over the last couple of months. I mean, the market's never dropped this quickly in history. I think for a lot of people, it hadn't even really caught up to them until they received their March statements in the mail. But for those people that do pay attention more closely, I mean, we've definitely gotten some calls. We've done our very best to reach out to every one of our clients and be proactive. But people are worried. People are concerned about if they're working. They're concerned if they're gonna still have their jobs. They're concerned about liquidity. People are concerned about retirement, and their portfolio is going down 20% as a shock to anyone who has money invested in the markets.
So what are you telling people to kind of pacify them or calm them down right now when we are in such a state of flux?
What we've been doing is we've been hosting a lot of different Zoom calls. We've been reviewing people's financial plans and going back to their plan, showing them that even with the current drop in the market, that they are still achieving their ultimate goal, which is to not run out of money, right? I mean, that's everyone's number one fear. And if we can show that and display that, even with showing things being down, whatever they may be, 15, 20, 25%, depending upon the day, and then showing a small rate of return every year going forward with no rebound at all. I mean, people feel a lot more confident with that. And we're showing that's a very conservative and unlikely scenario because we're never showing that money rebounding or snapping back, which is normally what will happen.
Mm-hmm. So if you had any kind of tips or suggestions for people about what they can do right now to make sure that they're kind of on course, what would you recommend somebody do?
So I mean, number one is to not panic, right? I mean, the number one reason why the individual investors that don't work with advisors don't really achieve their goals or earn the rates of return that they want is because they react emotionally to what's going on in the market. I mean, it's everyone's inclination to get out or sell when they see things going down. But in reality, that's the very worst thing you can do because it's not timing the market, it's time in the market that makes you money, right? I mean, if you look at any of the historical data, the longer that you're in the market, the higher the probability of you having a positive rate of return is. So that's number one. Number two, I think, is just looking at your liquidity needs, looking at your emergency reserves, making sure that you have enough money in the bank or in safe positions, so that you can draw from that without having to sell from stocks or something like that when they are down. Because if you do sell them, then they're not going to obviously come back. So, reevaluating your portfolio, reevaluating maybe your risk tolerance. This is a good time to really address that. I mean, when the market's going straight up every single year or day, anybody can do the job of being an investor. But it's in times like this is when I think financial planners and advisors are really earning their stripes, keeping their clients on board.
Yeah, there's a lot of information right now with a lot of media exposure, trying to also pacify people and make them feel a little bit better about what's going on. What's the advantage of working with a certified financial planner? Is there any benefit, or can they just get some information off social media and from the regular media channels?
Well, I think number one, whenever somebody is working with the certified financial planner, they can be assured that that person has put in the time and the effort that is required to earn that designation. I mean, they can be certain that they're working with a professional, that they're working with somebody who has really tried to master their craft. So, unlike working with somebody who's not a CFP, you don't really know what type of background that person has. I mean, there's a lot of strict guidelines that you have to abide by in order to be a CFP professional. So I think that alone can just give people more confidence and trust in the person that they're working with.
Okay. So let's say we have a crystal ball right now and we can look a year into the future. What do you think people are going to feel really good about a year from now that they would have done at this point in time?
I think they're going to feel good about staying the course and not selling anything when things are down. That's what I think.
That's good advice.
Yeah.
Well, thanks very much, Alex. I appreciate you being here with me.
You're
And
welcome. Thank you for having me.
thank you very much. Have a good day.
You too. Take
Bye.
care.